Hey all, Rach here, Cosmic Unity. Woke up this morning feeling inspired to bring you a free Psychic Manifesting Goddess training today. Had a few things on my mind the past few days. I spent 3 days out in the forest over the weekend, just being with nature and reconnecting and grounding down, and so had a lot of time to contemplate and think about things. And so woke up this morning and brainstormed down the things I wanted to share. And what's come to mind is the thought of why what you resist persists. So, in other words, what you're resisting in your life, why it keeps showing up. And this is really important when we're manifesting, because often when we're manifesting, most of us, 90% of us, are trying to run away from something. Like, we don't want to be in a state of poverty. We don't want to be in a state of vulnerability. We don't want to live stressed all the time. We want to have freedom. We want to have abundance. We want this and this. So we're running away from this to have this. And so, in a sense, that is resisting what you're currently experiencing to try and create what you're trying to experience. And it's a little bit hard to wrap your head around, so I'm going to try and explain this the best way I possibly can. So the issue with that is you're running away from something and you're resisting it. You're resisting it to get to B, to get to where you want to go, to A, to where you want to go. And so when you're in the frame of mind of resisting something, you're continually creating that through having it in your conscious awareness. And it's not just in your conscious awareness that that's what you're experiencing. It's in your conscious awareness that it's something you don't want. And when you don't want something, you create more of that, because that is where your focus is. So when your focus is on not having something and wanting this instead, it's hi Ashika, that keeps you in that perpetual cycle of creating more and more of that. So like say always wanting more money, but continually creating bills whenever you get money, or fines, or suddenly having to fork out money to lend to someone, things like this. So when you're in that state of continually creating these things, that's when you need to look at what you're resisting. You need to look at what you're resisting and ask yourself, what wisdom can I take from this? What learnings am I not getting from this experience? Because when it keeps happening and keeps happening and keeps happening, and you're still trying to run away from it, you're not looking at it. You're not shining your light on it to look at it and take the learnings and wisdom from it. There is learnings and wisdom in everything, even if it seems bad. So when something seems bad, all the more learnings are there for you to take from, to grow, to shine the light on, and learn from, and step up into that higher consciousness. And the most amazing thing is, when you look at it, the problem disappears. So when you stop running, so this is your problem, when you stop running away from it and trying to get to rich and abundance and freedom and prosperity and everything you want, but you're still running away from it, when you stop here and you look at it and you go, what is there that I need to look at? What wisdom and learnings are there that I can take so that I can get to where I want to go? Because this problem is here to help you get to here. If you're continually running away from it, you're going to create this problem, bam, 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 all the way down. And it's going to go unresolved, and you'll probably find yourself in this continual loop of going forward and then coming all the way back, and going forward and coming all the way back, like a rubber band snapping. So you go a little bit, hi Satya, you go a little bit and then you snap all the way back to where you were, and you're like, fuck, like I was going so good, everything was amazing, but now I'm back to where I started. And it's a lot of the time we just wallow in self-pity when that happens and go, why does the universe hate me? But it's because you're not looking at the issue and you're not shining your head torch on it. And so back to what I was saying about the problem disappearing, when you look at it, you break it apart into numerous little bits. You analyze it and you break it apart, and you take the wisdom from it, you take the learnings from it. And when you do that, you're taking parts of that seemingly bad scenario and bringing them in as beautiful resources for yourself to up-level your life and go on to the next journey, go on to the next level, whatever it is. And on a quantum level, I will explain this on a quantum level too, say a cell, a human cell. When you isolate a cell and you look at it under a microscope and you keep looking further and further and further into that cell and you're breaking it apart, you're getting down to the little nitty-gritty layers and you get down to the atom level of the cell. Quantum science has proven when you look into the atom level, all there is energy, which is nothing. It's not matter. So when you look at something that seems real and you break it apart, you get down to the energy level and realize that it isn't matter, that it's not a physical thing, that it can be shifted and changed. And you do that through your own mind, through your own being, through your own perception of life. And magic really is just shifting your perception to a perception of magic rather than lack, or rather than poverty, or rather than frustration or anger or isolation and loneliness, whatever it is. Most of us have multiple paradigms we're dealing with. So when you do the inner work to shine the light on your crap and break it apart and take out the good things and integrate them as resources, you'll realize that they just disappear. They just fall apart and disappear. And it does take longer on this physical level to manifest things, but when we're consciously aware of what we're made up of, which is energy, even our physical body, like I just said, down to the atom level, inside the atom, that little ball that's inside the atom is energy. It's not a piece of matter. So technically, if you want to go, the quantum science proves that there is no such thing as matter. We're all energy, 100% of us. So when we start to realize these things, we can use them to our advantage to manifest like a psychic manifesting goddess and bring all these amazing things that we want into our lives. But I've struggled with this too, and that's wanting things to manifest right then and there really quickly. And the problem with that is you're not giving yourself enough time. You're expecting too much to happen too quickly. And a lot of the time that's another form of running away of something. You're wanting things to manifest right then and there because you don't want that anymore. Like, it has to go now. It has to go now because it's bad and you don't want it there. And so you want this thing to manifest right away. And so you put all this pressure on yourself to manifest, and you're doing all these amazing things, but you're not realizing that you're still running away from some problem. And so then when your manifestation doesn't happen, it will probably happen, but not to the level that you wanted it to, you then get all shitty with yourself, and then you start to wonder if this stuff even works. But it's because you've missed the groundwork of looking at yourself and dealing with yourself and taking strength from the seemingly bad things that you're facing, like childhood conditioning, limiting beliefs, unresolved emotions and traumas from this life and beyond. Can be past lives, present lives, future lives. Time is non-linear, so they're all happening at the same time. And so when you heal yourself in the present moment, you're healing yourself on all levels, in all time and space, in all lives. So that's a pretty amazing thing as well. So you're not just improving this experience, you're improving all experiences that you have had and ever will have. So that's another reason why it is so important to do the inner work on yourself, because you're paving the path to genius, to your own genius. And it just takes being brave and having integrity with yourself, being brave to face yourself and keep an integrity mindset with your manifesting and with your self-healing and with your self-development, and just utilizing these tools to look at yourself and just stop yourself when you're feeling like shitty, or you're feeling like worthless, or you're feeling that things are never going to turn around for you. And that mansion with the boat and the beautiful family and living overseas somewhere, earning heaps of money, working from your laptop, that is possible for you if that's what you want. You've just got to sort through the beliefs that you're thinking right now, telling you that they're not possible. And so that's why I've brought together a beautiful sisterhood that's starting on the 15th of May. That will be a 12-month sisterhood that will be full-on transformation, mind, body, spirit transformation, so that we can really turn into these psychic manifesting goddesses and bring our magic into the world and alter our perception to one of magic in order to do that, so that we can clear the pathway of our mind, body, and spirit, get rid of all this junk extra stuff, so that we can step into that higher frequency of knowledge, understanding, and ability, to really, really bring what our purpose is into the world, change the world with it, and experience abundance in doing so. Because we do live in a world where you can really affect huge change in the world, but in order to have the time to do that, you really need to be supported monetarily doing that. So it's time to step away from, you shouldn't earn money for your craft and your abilities, and actually utilize that as a platform to bring your magic into the world and help change people's lives and help heal the planet. Because the more money you make, the more people you're helping, and then the more money you make through helping people, the more reach you can get and the more people you can help. So it's a perpetual cycle of increasing your magic and bringing it to more and more people throughout the world. And so that's what I'm really trying to hone in with people, is that you know, there's a lot of healing to do around our concepts of money as well, and that's what we'll be doing in the sisterhood. We'll be developing our psychic abilities, we'll be manifesting like crazy in group full moon healings ceremonies every month, and we're going to do a beautiful live meetup at the in the new year as well, and do some light work and networking and some really fun you know, group training in person. And so this is my purpose. I'm stepping up to this by bringing, you know, listening to my guides and my intuition, and bringing a beautiful sisterhood into the world for women to connect and grow together. So I'll post the link in the comments. It's at a hugely discounted price at the moment, because it's the first sisterhood I'm running, and I'm honouring my mentors who saw my potential and offered me a platform to work with them at a way I could afford it. So I'm honouring that experience and bringing it to you for a really affordable price. And it would be my absolute honour to work with you on this journey. I see you, I honour you, and I love you. So I hope this has helped you today. Tag a friend in the comments who would really benefit from this information, and feel free to share. And even let me know in the comments what you took from this. I'd really love to hear from you and make sure this information's sinking in. And if you have any questions at all, post in the comments or send me a PM. Like I said, I love you very much. And thank you for taking the time to watch and improve your life. Much love. Bye.